So here's a tutorial for figuring out how to access your Peardeck. So I'm going to go back over to the Google Apps. I'm going to click on Slides. A bunch of slides will come up. I'm going to go to one of my lessons. So here's my intro to Unit B lesson. And I want it to be a Peardeck, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Add-ons. And I'm going to click on Peardeck. Once I click Open, it will bring up this bar over here to figure out. Now, the cool thing is with Peardeck is that you can create your own manipulatives. And so, but they give them to you. So for example, you can create draggable items. And these draggable items, as it is loading, you can have it be dot so that students can move on the screen. You can have symbols so they can create expressions. You can even do little people, exclamation points, all different kinds. And you can do different items. So let's see, you can do up to 5 draggable items in different colors and it will appear on their screen. And they'll be able to move them around. You can make them really big to really, really tiny. And so I really like this because this becomes a manipulative virtually for me. Another way would be with numbers. Open this up. And once again, students can do a draggable item, projector of students doing different things. So there's just so many different ways you can use this. Please play around with it. Another way would be drawing and even text. So also have something I want you to see as well. Very similar to other add-ons, such as the Smart Learning Suite, Peardeck has set up lesson builders. And so you can do beginning of the lesson and they give you different ideas that you can put in. You can do the end of the lesson, during the lesson, activities for during the lesson. And I know my students really love this just because it gets them moving and active and engaged, but also they get to manipulate what's right in front of them. Learning development. They even have different things based on your subject area. So say that, for example, we're math. We can use these different slides or here we go, drawing slide to be able to manipulate different things. Like here we go, here's a graph. I could click on this and draw a graph and have them use this coordinate plane to be able to draw whatever they need to draw. And so I think that's really, really cool. Even the solve method, right? We can create this within our lessons. And so this is really helpful when it comes to creating manipulatives virtually online for our students and keeping them engaged, but also being able to connect with the lesson real time. Another thing too is that you can use Desmos. So this is a really great way to click on this and help you to be able to just add to your lesson depending on what you're going to use Desmos for. As well, there are other things you can do on here too, different example ideas for questions if you want to use a manipulative kind of question sort. But there's just different things that you can do on here. And so I love that. The cool thing is that you are able to see how students are using your manipulative. So here's manipulative, as you see, I made for or through Peardeck, and I'm able to see the students. So what I can do is see that the dots, if they're on the right place, if they got it correctly, and the students were able to manipulate the dots and put them in different places. And I can see which students got it right, which students didn't. I can even see which students did not do it at all. And so I like that because one, here we go. They are able to manipulate. But then, two, I'm also able to see, are the students even doing the manipulatives that I'm creating for them? Are they doing the work? And so it's really great. And I can also leave some feedback too. Nice job, Belinda. Can you explain why these three are correct? Bam. Send a little feedback and they'll get it. There's so much to do with Peardeck. I can't wait for you to explore it. I love it and I know you will too.